Hello, Raw Vegan Heroes community. Hello and welcome, everyone. I hope everybody's having a great Friday. Happy Friday. I'm Shane Sterling, your fearless leader, here at your service today. I'm here to serve you guys. I'm here to serve you. Now, you guys are here because you want a transformation. You want something exceptional. You want to feel better. You want to look better. You want your diet to support your body. You want your food choices to make you feel amazing. You want to be operating at a higher level. Yeah, I understand. And a raw vegan diet is the path for you. You've made the right choice. However, and there is a big however, 99% of you will not make it through. 99% of you will never become fully raw vegan. And you won't know why. You'll quit. You'll give up. So today's live stream intro topic is going to be dedicated to why 97%, the vast majority of you amazing people, won't make it through your raw vegan detox, and how you can beat the odds. Yeah, how you can beat the odds, everyone, because I'm raw vegan. I've been fully raw vegan for 7 years. You can beat the odds. I know how to do it. I know how to do it. I see stories of people who were vegan for 10 years and then they tried a fruitarian diet for a year or two and then they got skinny and weak and had health problems and went back to eating meat and eggs and now they feel amazing and everything's fine. Not so much. A cooked food diet is dead food. It's void of oxygen, it's void of enzymes, it's void of electrons, it's void of biophotons, it's void of electrical activity. The very things that our body needs most to thrive at the highest level. Our body is designed for the volatile hormones and oxygen and gases and phytonutrients and minerals and enzymes and biophotons in raw food. We're biologically set up to receive those in the food. When we're eating cooked eggs, cooked fish, cooked meat, cooked grains, cooked starches, cooked rice, cooked beans, cooked oils, guess what? It's dead food. It's electrically dead, inactive, inert, lifeless food. Going back to these foods will not give you health. So what we want to do is we want to understand why 97% of people will never make it through their raw vegan detox. Why? Well, we're going to talk about it right now, everybody. Sit back, take out a pen and paper, and take notes on this. I've got five points I'm going to share with you. It's really critical, and I really am here at your service. I want you guys to succeed, even though I know from years and years of experience that 97% of you will not be raw vegan in a year from now. As good intentioned as you are, as gung-ho as you are, it's not enough. It's not enough. And you won't be raw vegan in a year from now. And I will be sad for you. Yes, I will. I won't be able to celebrate you being raw vegan over here on this side because you're going to be a cooked food, dead food, electrically inactive, lifeless food eater over on this side, and I will be sad for you. And you won't be sad for yourself because all of your friends and family and everyone around you will celebrate your poor choices because those are the poor choices they've made too. And they will celebrate you and told you you've made the right choice to eat dead, lifeless, inactive foods, acid-forming foods, foods that create slime and biofilm, plaque, and basically a cesspool in your GI tract. And you'll recreate your mucoid plaque and you'll recreate your health problems. And I will feel sad for you. But right now, today, I'm going to give you a training on how to beat the odds, how to be the 3%. How to be the 3 out of 100 instead of the 97 out of 100, okay? Pull out a pen and a paper. Let's take notes. Let's get into it. Number 1 on my list, why 90% of people won't make it through raw vegan detox is because the physical challenges of raw vegan detox bring up the past. They bring up the traumas of the past. They bring up the pain of the past. They bring up the failures of the past. All of the ways that we have been hurt in the past are going to come up through a raw vegan detox process. All the ways that we have failed in the past and let ourselves down and not achieved our goals are going to come up during a raw vegan detox. This is going to fool our mind into saying, I'm failing again. I'm failing again. But this is just the phantom as it wants to come up and out and clear out of your space. It needs to clear out of your space. You have to refeel it. You have to relive it. Don't you understand? To become an exceptional version of yourself, to become an exceptional example of a human at high level health, you've got to take all that crap, all that low self-esteem, all that burden, all that trauma, and you've got to get it up and out. That means you got to relive it, you got to refeel it, you got to re-experience it. This is the raw vegan detoxification process. It's a trauma release process. It's ugly and it's intense. It's just as ugly as the day you experienced your failures and your pain and your trauma from the past. It's just as painful, except now you're doing it differently. You're not recreating the pain and the trauma of the past, trying to clear it and healing it. You are clearing it and healing it. If you go 10 years and you still have physical challenges, it's because you're doing things, it's because you're restricting. Now, most people won't make it that long. A lot of people try a vegan diet, though, for a lot of years, and then they go fruitarian for a year and they fail. Because fruitarian is too restrictive. You have to make sure you're having a good macronutrient balance. You need to make sure you're getting a wide variety of nutrient-dense foods. You need to make sure you're getting adequate calories, adequate omega-3s, adequate fats, adequate proteins. This is not a restrictive diet. This is an abundance diet. This is a non-denatured diet coming from Mother Nature where nothing is denatured. It's all active and alive and vibrant and full of life force for us and our biology. We don't need to denature it to create health. We need to learn how to eat the denatured variety of foods that provide the highest vitality. I will also say that eating cooked vegan is nothing even remotely similar than eating raw vegan. Most people make the mistake of thinking eating vegan is similar to eating raw vegan. It is not. Absolutely not. Completely different worlds. A cooked vegan diet will create toxic waste accumulation in your body. It'll create biofilm and plaque and impacted waste and biofilm and inflammation and irritable bowel syndrome and gut inflammation and brain problems and ADHD. And the starches will create acid accumulation in your body and thyroid problems and autoimmune issues. Yes, they will. Yes. When you go raw vegan, you've got to detox your cooked vegan diet right out of your body, and that's going to take time, and it's going to bring up the pain and the trauma of the past. So if you're not focused on your vision of what you're dedicated to creating, you're going to get sidetracked by your past traumas, your past pain, and your past failure. You have to be stronger than that. You've got to hold on to the life raft. You got to hold on to the thread, the vision that's going to take you to the next level. Okay, so physical challenges, the pain in your gut, the headaches, the sore throat, the rashes, the digestive problems, the feeling like fatigue, like you're going to throw up when you drink the lemon ginger blast, all of these physical challenges are bringing up your pain, trauma, and failures of the past. And then you take it really literally and you quit on yourself because the past has never been resolved, because you haven't been strong enough to overcome. Okay, take out your pen and paper. Now we're going to write down number 2, why 90% of people won't make it through raw vegan detox and how to beat the odds. Number 2, you've never pushed outside of your fear. You are probably someone who's never made friends with fear. You've probably let fear control you like we all do because we're human and we're not perfect. So we let fear scare us. But as we know, the famous saying, there is nothing to fear except fear itself. We have to make friends with fear. And I don't think personally we ever overcome fear. I don't think fear ever goes away. I think what happens is that, let me have a sip of my lemon ginger blast. This is strong turmeric one. Do you see the color of this one? A lot of turmeric in there. It's not that we grow past fear or that we learn how to overcome fear. It's that we become stronger and we make friends with fear. We just simply learn how to navigate fear like a boss. Like a boss. We dominate the fear. We control our reaction to fear. The fear's not going away, everybody. When we go through a raw vegan detox, we have insane fear. Insane fear. Insane fear. Why? We're doing it wrong. We're going to destroy our health. We're making our health worse. We're getting sicker. We're withering away to nothing. We're going to become nutrient deficient. We're going to be the laughing stock. Our friends and family won't love us anymore. We won't fit into society. I can never go out to a restaurant with my girlfriends and have a glass of wine again. Whatever it is, the fear is stopping you. But you know what? That's just the current version of the fear. There's been fear there with you your whole life because you've never been someone to push outside of your fear. You've never overcome or grown past your fear. You've never learned how to live with your fear like a boss. You've never learned how to do that. And if you're not someone who's learned to live with your fear like a boss, you will be the 90%, 97% of people who fail on their raw vegan detox. So we beat the odds by learning how to live with fear, accepting fear, and doing it anyway, and doing it exceptionally anyway. You do it anyway. This leads me to number 3. This segues perfectly into number 3. Take out your pen and paper. We're going to write this down. Number 3, why 90% of us will not ever make it through raw vegan detox and how to beat the odds. Number 3 is lack of trust and faith. So I was just talking about fear. We let fear control us and we let fear dominate our choices, our action, our drive, our focus. We're driven by fear. We're dominated by fear. Fear controls our thoughts even when we don't realize it does. Come on, let's be honest, it does. All right? So why? This is a lack of trust and a lack of faith, a deep existential lack of trust and faith. I'm not talking about a lack of trust up here. I'm talking about a lack of trust down in the root core of your being. A lack of trust that the universe doesn't have your back. God has forsaken you. You are not taken care of. You are at the whim and the mercy of the harsh and unforgiving universe. But nothing could be further from the truth because all we have to do is surrender to the divine will. The divine will is smiling on us at all times. It's conspiring on our behalf to make everything work out for us, including our detox symptoms, including our fear. Fear is a signpost that says, I'm out of alignment, yo. I'm out of alignment. I'm out of alignment with what I should be doing. So I have this anxiety and fear in my body until I just get into alignment. But we don't have the faith to let go of the old to grab onto the new. So we hold on to the old, perpetuating the fear, perpetuating the lack of trust and faith. If I could give you one tip to beat the odds and to become the 3% elite who become true raw vegans like myself, you surrender. You're not in control anyway. Whoever told you you were in control? Did your teacher tell you you were in control? Did your mom or dad, did society, did your cousin or uncle or your sister tell you you were in control? Where did you get this delusion from anyway? You're not in control. There are massive forces at work. The gears turn in the universe. We're cogs in the wheel. We have to just surrender and have faith. And we apply ourselves, yes, through our vision. Our vision is how we apply ourselves to the computer program of the universe. God's divine matrix is programmed through our mind and our vision. So we can have vision driving us forward to create the next best version of ourselves, but we surrender, we take our hands off. Here's a little tip. You can visualize something you want, like being raw vegan. Visualize your healing. Visualize your juice fast successfully. Visualize eating raw food successfully. Visualize the weight you want to be at. Visualize the abundance, the joy, the family communion, the cultural influence, the success you have. Visualize it. Pulse it out into the fabric of reality around you in your vision. Pulse it out and then literally drop it. Literally forget about it. Literally don't question it. Assume it's done. Assume it's done for you. Make a very determined assumption that your vision is complete already, and then you don't have to worry about a darn thing. Just let go. Let go. Take your hands off the steering wheel, sit back, relax, and have some freaking faith in your life. Okay? That'll help you beat the odds. All right, number 4, take out your pen and paper. We're still going. We're on number 4. Okay, we got 5 in the list total. Number 4, here we go. Why 97% of people will fail through their raw vegan detox and go back to eating the denatured, lifeless, electrically inactive, slimy, acidic foods instead of the fresh, raw, living foods that are filled with life force and vibrancy for our bodies, is because you don't feel worthy of greatness. Write that down for yourself, please. You don't feel worthy of greatness. Write it down. Does that resonate with you? Do you think you're stopping yourself because you don't feel worthy of greatness? It's the number one reason we stop pursuing our dreams and our goals, because we really, deep down, we don't want to outshine our friends and our family or our grandmother or our social traditions. We don't really want to stand up out of the crowd because we're going to get our head chopped off. That's what happens to people who stand up. They get their head chopped off. So not only are you afraid of getting your head chopped off because you're different, but you're afraid that you won't fit in and that you'll have no friends and that you'll be alone. Being afraid of our greatness is really a fear of being alone with ourselves, which we don't know and we don't understand, and we've never explored that reality. We've never really truly explored who we are. So being alone with ourselves is probably the scariest thing we can possibly imagine. And that's why we quit. We go back to the slimy, acid-forming, cooked sludge that poisons our body because it's safer and it's easier. And it conforms with what everyone else is doing. So then they applaud you and they say, yay, you've made the right choice to come over to the slimy, dead, acid-forming food side, because that's my choice. So yay, thank you for corroborating my story that dead food is the right choice. Thank you for corroborating my incorrect story. Thank you. Deep down, you don't feel worthy of standing up, standing out, shining your light at the highest level. You don't feel worthy of being the leader that you are destined to be. And if you don't push past your lack of trust and lack of faith, if you don't make friends with fear, if you don't release the traumas of the past, if you don't integrate your pain, your loss, your lack, your trauma of the past, you will fail and you will not be a raw vegan. This is why being a raw vegan is kind of like the highest level of personal development work out there. It's freedom. It's total freaking freedom. And everybody else is telling you, no, it's restrictive. No, it's unhealthy. No, it's wrong because I'm over on the sick side, eating the sick food, the sick people food. But don't let anyone tell you that your freedom is wrong. Your freedom is calling you. And that leads me to number 5, the last on my list before we get to the Q&A, everybody. Take out your pen and paper and write down number 5. Perfect segue is the crab bucket is just too strong. The crab bucket is too strong. The pressures from society, from friends and family, from brothers and sisters, mothers and fathers, co-workers and esteemed mentors all want you to fit in and conform with the norm. Right now on planet Earth, the norm is that we eat cooked food. We've evolved to be cooked food eaters. Cooked food made our brains grow bigger, is what they tell us. Cooked foods have made us human, is what they tell us. And actually, the most human component is the living electrical activity. The enzymes bring electrons into the mitochondria of our cell to produce energy, to produce the genetics, to produce the healing detoxification of our mind, body, and soul. The electrical activity in the food produces our human condition. The cooked food takes away from our humanity. It does. It puts us into sleepy land. Good night, everybody. I'm taking a nap. Wake me when I die at 90 years old. That's what it is. And the society will pull you back. The society wants you to conform. So the crab bucket is pulling you back down in. So how are you going to get out of the crab bucket, everyone? That's my question to you. How are you going to get out of the crab bucket? A juice fast is not enough. No, Raw Vegan Heroes is not enough. It's not. You've invested $89 to be here. Is that enough? Have you put enough of your skin in the game? Have you invested enough of your sweat equity in your transformation? Have you invested your hard-earned blood, sweat, and tears to get through the traumas and the fears and get past your lack of faith and trust and learn how to be a whole new person and to expand into a whole new dynamic? Have you done that work? Because the crab bucket's going to pull you right back down in. So the way we get out of the crab bucket is mentorship. It is mentorship. 100% of the time, no exceptions, 100% of the time. We mentor with someone who's done it. That's it. If you do not have adequate mentorship, and you need to write this down, if you do not have adequate mentorship, you will fail. Inadequate mentorship equals 97% of the failures. You want to be in the top elite 3% who actually becomes raw vegan. You mentor with someone. Mentorship takes investing in, getting close to your mentor, purchasing their coaching program, hiring them to help you with the transitional step you're at, whatever it takes. Raw Vegan Heroes is just a gesture. It's just a drop in the bucket. It's just a first little dip of your pinky toe in the water of becoming a raw vegan. And 97% of you will fail because you do not have adequate mentorship, and you will get pulled back into the crab bucket because it's way too strong for you. It's too strong for you mentally, emotionally, and physically. And the pressures of society and tradition and family are too strong for you. Now, I am radically self-referencing. That means I don't look for reference points of who I am outside of myself. Who I am is a sense that comes from within myself, and society doesn't define me. Friends and family don't define me. I march to the beat of my own drum, and that creates my sovereignty, my personal sovereignty, so that I'm not looking for my crab bucket to define me. Now, I've learned how to do this. Partly I was born this way, but partly I've invested intensely over the years in mentorship to become who I am, to become the leader, committed, responsible, in contribution, authenticity, completely committed to creating connection, and enrolled in who I am. Not enrolled in a raw vegan diet, enrolled in who I am at the highest level. I just have to eat raw vegan to operate at the level I'm at. That's all. I can't operate at the level I want to operate at and eat dead, lifeless, slimy, acid foods. It doesn't work. It doesn't take me to the level I need to be at. So that's my training for today, everyone. I hope that is helpful. I hope you wrote those down. You can watch this video again. You can share this with friends and family. You can share the message of leadership and truth and freedom and the raw vegan detox transition as the path to freedom and greatness for you. Do not be afraid of your greatness, okay? Do not let the crab bucket pull you back down in. You need mentorship, and you need to learn how your traumas and your failures of the past do not define you. That's not the end of the story. You need to make friends with your fear. and you need to really radically take your hands off the steering wheel and trust. Okay. All right, everybody, we're going to go over to the questions right now. I hope that was helpful. Yo. All right, who's on? Everybody, look at all these beautiful people on. I want to say hi to everyone who's on. Thank you for being here, everybody.